Drama continues. New allegations coming out about Chris Tyson, who has resigned from Mr. Beast after allegations of grooming a minor. Employees have come out claiming that Mr. Beast knew that it's actually substantially worse. In one video, a former employee, alleged former employee, I believe it's been confirmed to say alleged, says it's so bad what's going on behind the scenes with Mr. Beast that when this information comes out, he's going to get dropped by all his brand partners. And he says, Amazon, get your money back. Now that's shocking. What's crazy is the allegation is basically that Chris Tyson has been accused of other things, but has threatened to sue Mr. Beast so they cannot get rid of this person. Here's a story from SCNR. Ava Chris Tyson splits from Mr. Beast after allegations of grooming a minor emerge. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. Tyson, born Chris, has been involved, I think it's actually CHRIS, not KRIS, has been involved with Mr. Beast, born James Stephen Donaldson, since the earliest... Who wrote this one? Chris Bertman. Born Mr. Beast, born such a way. Okay. Since the early years of Donaldson's YouTube career, Mr. Beast currently boasts over 305 million subscribers with over 55 billion total views. I'm just going to, real quick, tell you why that is. It's because YouTube puts him on the front page. It's good content. People like watching it. So YouTube says, we choose for this to be on the front page. The reality is also Timcast has a very high retention time. And they say, we do not want to put this on the front page. Because if they did, we'd also get millions of views. But don't get me wrong, Mr. Beast makes good content. And so they say, we want an entertaining show to be on the front page. People watch it. People then subscribe to the channel to large numbers because it's being recommended by default. There's other shows that do well too. Retention time is other, but YouTube makes an editorial decision not to allow, say, Timcast IRL on the front page. How about that one? In July 23, Tyson adopted the name Ava and came out as trans. Allegations against Tyson surfaced by YouTuber Prism42 in the last month, though came to a head on Monday after Drama Alert shared an X thread documenting the claims. In the month since allegations were originally made on Prism42's channel, Tyson scrubbed their social media. According to claims against Tyson, the fellow Mr. Beast star developed a sexually inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old minor, later meeting with that minor when they were 16. Tyson also joked about sending nude pictures to the minor, according to X posts, then Twitter, dating back to 2018. Now, we had Attorney General Andrew Bailey on the show of Missouri. He said that right away sounds like enticement of a minor, which is a felony with a mandatory minimum 5-year prison sentence. The individual in question, who was 13 at the time, is now 20, says they were never groomed and they were just inappropriate, edgy jokes, confirming that this adult transgender co-star of Mr. Beast was sending adult sexual content, comments, jokes, or otherwise to a 13-year-old who they later met up with. Now, this person says, we didn't just meet up. It was my family was there too. Well, that just kind of makes it worse. Look, this is what this guy doesn't understand. He's a victim. He doesn't want to be a victim. I can respect that. But this is why we have protections for minors who can't consent or understand what is wrong. An adult man is sending sex jokes to a child, no less. But it's getting worse. Drama Alert says Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast is accused. We have, of course, a statement. You may have seen the news break earlier yesterday of Chris Tyson quitting. Drama Alert says, overnight, more allegations on Chris Tyson have been posted to social media. Alleged 2019 let's pull this one up. It's loading. Alleged 2019 Snapchat messages between Chris Tyson and a 14-year-old at the time were posted to X but taken down. The messages, so first, an adult who, how old is he in 2019? An adult should not be messaging a 14-year-old. And I believe the message is about selling bathwater. The 14-year-old wanted to sell bathwater to them or something like that. They ask, however, do you believe these messages are real? We don't know for sure. Moving on, we can see former employees of Mr. Beast have alleged that Donaldson was aware of Tyson's behavior at the time. Let's play this clip for you guys. This stuff is absolutely wild. This person posted this video where you can see the Mr. Beast header, confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. Well, it looks like this guy just broke that agreement.
Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. What?
Hold on, let me turn off the music. I'm outside Mr. Beast's studio right now. Here's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, is there an FBI raid going on? What's happening? My name's Dawson. I worked at Mr. Beast from February to May of this year, 2024. Chris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says, Mr. Beast knew, yeah, Mr. Beast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Chris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action.
She? Come on, guys. Look, if you want to play the pronoun game and give respect to someone that you actually think is a nice person who is suffering from dysphoria, no problem. More power to you. But when we're dealing with someone who's accused of being a predator, I think it's silly to play that game.
And she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything Mr. Beast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
This is interesting because the allegations he's making are not about this Ava Chris Tyson transgender co-star, but that Chris Tyson has dirt on Mr. Beast that if action is taken against Chris, will release information and damage Mr. Beast's reputation. Drama Alert owner and fellow YouTuber Keemstar, born Daniel Keem, but I do think Keemstar stopped producing on YouTube, said Donaldson, Mr. Beast, had connected him with the alleged minor who uses the handle Lava. So this is the story here. This is Mr. Beast saying, Keemstar saying, Mr. Beast connected me directly to Lava, the alleged Chris Tyson groomed victim. Lava, I was not groomed by Tyson. I did not meet Chris Tyson by myself. I met Chris with the Mr. Beast crew with my family present. I ran a Discord with Chris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy, inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. Okay, I just got to say that confirms the illegal behavior. Now, what A.G. Bailey said was you'd have to basically assess the mens rea, the mental state of the perpetrator at the time. What were the intentions of sending these messages? Well, I have to wonder about them meeting up later and what the intention is. And Keemstar later alleged Tyson has expressed support for controversial artist Shadman, who has produced sexually suggestive cartoons featuring children. Shadman previously drew the Drama Alert's owner's daughter at the age of 8 in an adult manner, Keemstar claimed. Yeah, that's actually in the allegation videos. Keemstar says, Chris Tyson supported the cartoon. Wow. It's hard to read this stuff, man. The cartoon child porn artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8 in a sexual manner. This is a known fact. Privately, me and Chris Tyson even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, and as it still upsets me. It's not misinformation, it's a fact. And you can see on YouTube Drama Reddit, they say there's a lot of transphobic BS that should be debunked. Chris Tyson was still a massive Shadman fan, even commissioning art from him, which made a cameo in one of Mr. Beast's videos. She is not as clean as a lot of y'all would like her to be. Why are you playing this pronoun game? If you really think this person is a groomer and pedo and all that stuff, would it not be fair to just say that the person is a he and that there's something else going on? Keemstar shared a screenshot of an now-deleted post by Tyson, appearing to say he enjoyed lolly content, which is a term used to describe sexually suggestive cartoons of children. On Tuesday afternoon, Tyson announced his permanent departure from Mr. Beast, saying, I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. Mutually? That sounds like you're going to be fired and you had no choice but to make it seem amicable. Keemstar responded by saying, you didn't apologize to me a month ago in private when I brought up your behavior supporting cartoon adult images of his daughter. Wow. What changed? Although Keemstar has taken personal issue with Tyson, the Drama Alert creator has said he believes Donaldson is a good person. I hate to put pressure on him like this, but he has to say something. You can't go around trying to save the world when you have someone so close doing things that are so disgusting. I don't believe that Mr. Beast is trying to save the world at all. Mr. Beast is generating content that he knows will make a lot of money. Because the things he's doing, he built a bunch of homes. We built homes for people who needed them. They sold right away. People immediately were granted these homes and they're like, okay, I'm selling it. A lot of the things he does, it's just I remember back in the day when Oprah gave away a bunch of cars and she's like, everyone's getting a free car. And it's like, wow. and then they all had massive tax implications, had to sell the cars, or ended up in debt to the IRS, they were still given something of value that's great, but it wasn't so simple. A lot of people were stressed out by it. Drama Alert says people are making racist and homophobic jokes en masse using Mr. Beast following the Chris Tyson allegations. Wow. Drama Alert gets more. Here we go. Look at this. Rolling Stone actually picked the story up. That's really interesting. Look, man, this is YouTube. This is the biggest YouTuber. I know there are bigger channels or there's big channels like this. I don't actually believe he has 300 million subscribers. Like, that seems kind of nuts. But when you go to YouTube, if you're on a brand new computer, you get Mr. Beast. Now, why is that? YouTube has decided this content is appropriate for everybody. It's good content. And I mean that literally. Mr. Beast makes awesome stuff. I do think so. I take issue with some of it. I don't like how he tortures poor people who are dealing with serious crises. Like, it's funny. Look, man, everybody loves I'm going to give a waitress $1,000. But when you've got someone who's like, my mom's dying, is like, well, if you can stand in this circle without going to the bathroom for 12 hours, I'm like, dude, that's messed up. Okay, that's brutal. Making poor people fight and struggle for money is just creepy and gross. And that's why it's funny that, like, he mocked Squid Games. He is Squid Games. I don't care for it. I like that he helped people with cataract blindness. But, it's nuts that you need a game show to do it. He's got some other stuff that's, I'm going to pull up Mr. Beast right now. Pull up old Mr. Beast on YouTube. Oof, wow, these allegations are getting wild. He's easy. I've gathered 50 YouTubers to make them all fight for $1 million. It's kind of funny, right? I was looking at this. I saw this, came out 10 days ago. It's his biggest video ever, I guess. And he's like, 50 YouTubers fight for $1 million. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't do it. If someone came to me and was like, do you want to be part of this thing where you fight for $1 million? I'd be like, no. I don't get it. Whatever. I guess it's about being a part of a video with 187 million views. You don't really care about the $1 million. But here's a question I have for you. World's deadliest obstacle course, 177 million views. $10,000 every day you survive in the wilderness, 169 million views, 200 million views. How? Like, who's watching this? How many English speakers are there in the world, I guess? Whatever. I do think he's basically getting these views. I'm not saying he doesn't get them at all. I'm just saying, it's not the same as American cultural content or whatever. But that being said, I do like that Lamborghini versus world's largest shredder or whatever. But if this dude's going to maintain this position, he's going to end up, like, it's a big company. He's got a lot of employees. He's going to end up surrounded by bad people like Chris Tyson. And you got to push back. You got to call it out. You got to shut it down. I do think that most of the stuff he's put out as of recent are totally fine. Like, protect the yacht and you keep it. Yeah, whatever. He said stuff in the past that have made me really, really cringe. This one, offering people $100,000 to quit their job, I detest and despise. I seriously do. I watched a video. There's the videos on Instagram where people do this stuff. I don't like it. Guy pulls up to a drive-thru. A guy's like working at McDonald's, and he goes, "I got $10,000 in cash right now if you quit." And I'm like, bro, you're hurting so many people by doing that. Okay? Someone works at a fast food restaurant. You got a manager, you got staff. The other staff members who are making $15 an hour, $20 an hour, maybe, if they're lucky, depending on where they're at. Maybe it's 10. They're like, dude, if you leave us right now, we got to pick that up for you. And we're not getting paid extra. And some dude's handing you cash. I watched one video where the guy's like, yeah, I'll take it. And I'll quit right now. And I'm just like, I suppose what I'd do is I'd be like, I'll tell you what. I'll quit right now and take the 10K. But I'm going to give each of the other employees working here $1,000. Actually, probably maybe $500. You couldn't afford it. But really, it's like you work in a job where you might make that in a few months. What you get the 10K now. I just think I can't stand this stuff. It's becoming way too Hunger Games for me. I'll tell you guys this. Everybody who's ever served me at a restaurant knows I give massive tips. Just bonkers. Large tips. Especially depending on the size of the crowd. If we have 6 or 7 people, like a company dinner. Like we sometimes will get a bunch of the staff members. We'll go out and have dinner. We'll like circle on, basically like a meeting, but good food. That server's getting a couple $100 off that bill. And so, I do this because, well, I can. We want to, we got a large group. It's hard work, but we want to try and help people out. I don't film it. I don't make videos where I'm like, look how much money I'm giving away, or create the stipulations. We end up with these shows where people know that poorer people who don't have money are desperate need of it to pay their bills because everybody's underwater, especially in this economy. And then you get the likes of Mr. Beast being like, I got a bunch of money. I bet you want it. What will you do for it? It's like, dude, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I get it. Some people are like, free money. I'll take it. But for what? I wouldn't do it. I'd never do it. I never would have done it. Contests, competitions, I got a problem with that. But the idea of like debase yourself in exchange for money, get on your knees and I'll rain money on you. Be like, nah, I'm not interested. I'd rather, drink from a muddy stream than do something like that. Here's what I want to do. I really want to do a game show. I want to do a trivia, political, cultural, a news game show, left versus right, where we go out and we ask people, are you a liberal or conservative? Liberal? Would you like to be on a game show and be on Team Liberal to answer political questions, trivia, earn points, and win cash prizes? And then the show is meant to be hokey and funny, where it's like a guy and he's like, my name's Jim. I work in construction. I live in, Loudoun County, Virginia, and I vote Democrat. All right. And the next guy's like, I'm also a construction worker and I also live in Loudoun County, but I vote Republican. And then we're like, ooh, this is going to be good. Which team is going to win? And then we ask basic questions. We ask, let's see, we could do easy ones. We can do hard ones. It can be like, not necessarily like Jeopardy or Millionaire, but with a grade of ease of questions, like easy ones. So who is the 45th president of the who was the 45th president of the United States? Easy one. That's one for, $100. And it's like, well, Donald Trump, 45. Yeah, we all know that. And I also don't like the idea of fastest finger buzzer stuff. Nah, I think it'd be better off if it's like, you write down the answer and then we see both your answers at the same time. And if you're right, you both earn the points. And then at the end, if you're tied, sudden death. I have a theory, though, that the right is going to win. So, hey, that's just me. But I'll wrap this one up. Look, man, I like Mr. Beast. I just don't like some of his content. It is fun. It's like, it's very lowest common denominator. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, it's like anybody can watch it and enjoy it. It's TV. And so this stuff's got to get answered for. Because if people aren't willing to call out this kind of bad behavior, you're gonna fire the guy, but you can't come out with a statement being like, yeah. But I'll wrap it up. My friends, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with your friends, become a member at timcast.com to support our work. Check out scnr.com for amazing news coverage and Tales from the Inverted World Live, the new show from SCNR. We're really excited for this. Shane Cashman, of course. If you like Weird, Wild, and Conspiracy every Sunday. But I'll wrap it up there. We'll see y'all tonight at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out.